Hello, my name is Susan Rushton and this is Olio. And before I go any further, I want, as always, to share what Olio means. It's short for olla podrida, which is Spanish for rotten bowl, which I just get such a kick out of. It's a Spanish-Portuguese dish with everything in the world in it. Pork in all its iterations, bacon, sausage, pig's ears, among other things. And just as well as chicken, chickpeas, cabbage, carrots, beans, onions, of course, and garlic, of course. As I said, everything in the world except popcorn and soybeans. That's one definition. Another definition is that olio is what comes in between acts of a melodrama. So you might have somebody jiggling, you might have somebody singing, you might have somebody doing a skit, and none of it has anything to do with anything else, and certainly nothing has anything to do with the melodrama. So in other words, apples, oranges, and monkey wrenches. Welcome to my monkey wrench. This is Olio. My guest today is Sandy Amara.
Yes.
Thank you, Sandra. She is on the City Council, Auburn City Council, and she is also on the Sustainability Advisory Committee for Auburn. And I had no knowledge of this organization until Mike Holmes, who is on the City Council, said, "Susan, you should talk to them. You should find out about that and share it on your TV show." All right, sir. What a good idea. And I had never heard of it. So first of all, before we go any further, Auburn, you can do two things. One is you can go on to auburn.ca.gov. You'll find government, click on that, and then you'll click on boards and commissions. Or you can go immediately to Sustain, Sustain, Auburn.org. And there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff, interesting stuff. So, Sandra, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you're welcome. You're welcome. What is the Sustainability Advisory Committee?
So, the Sustainability Advisory Committee is a committee that was formed in January of 2020. And the committee was formed, really the genesis of it was from a group called the Sunrise Hub. And they came to City Council with the idea of the Green New Deal.
Excuse me. This organization was called what?
It's called actually the Auburn Hub of the Sunrise Movement. This is back in February of 20.
Yeah, and these were Auburn people.
Yes,
Okay.
They were Auburn people. And the room, I was on the council at that time, the mayor was Mayor Kirby, and we heard from there was hundreds of people or more filling the chambers, and there were so many people that spoke that evening in support of Auburn to
these people had heard of it. They were aware of it, or they were involved in it?
They were involved in, It's called the Green New Deal. And Auburn at that time was very, very vocal, and they were very interested in the environmental issues. And that's what sustainability is. It's preserving our natural resources and protecting them and making Auburn a place where we can live in a healthy environment and also contribute to climate emissions and make an impact in our climate. So, and as a result of that, we're able to live a healthier life with regard to many aspects of the environment.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wow. And it's brand new, essentially brand new. 4 years.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay. And that organization, again, is what?
The the organization that came forward.
forward, yeah.
It's the Auburn. It was the. I had to look back because I forgot the exact organization. I looked back in the archives, and it was the Auburn hub of the Sunrise Movement.
Okay. Do you know how long they've been around?
And I don't know if
Okay.
they're still there. Now that's an excellent question. But
Good, thank you. You heard that. You heard it first. She said it. You heard it. So did I. Okay. You're not sure they're still around anymore.
I really am not
Okay.
sure, but okay, I will add many individuals who came forward that evening, and I would assume were a part of that group, are on the sustainability committee.
Okay.
So the committee is comprised of 8 members,
Yeah.
and they're from various aspects of the environment. So we have someone who represents environment. They have a background in environmental issues. We have someone with transportation expertise. We have someone with business expertise, someone with community expertise, and then of course we have at large, and we have a city council.
You.
That would be me.
Yeah.
So I am a voting member, and we assist the city council in making decisions that impact our sustainability and our environment.
Yeah.
Through, we give advice through research, community input. So it's a valuable organization and a committee, and we do a lot. This committee is very active.
For example.
For example,
Yeah.
well, I'll just list off a few.
Okay.
Okay, we're progressing in all these departments, all these areas. Number 1, glyphosate. So we've been working. That's Roundup. So Roundup, as you know, is pervasive, is used throughout the United States, and in fact, in California alone, there's been 25 million pounds of glyphosate applied, and that was in 2017. So that's annually.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Roundup, and that, as you probably are aware, there's been lawsuits because it's a hazard to your health. But not only that, it can get into our water, it can get into our streams. Food.
Yeah.
Yep,
Boy.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's one area that we're working on. We're working with Public Works to see if there's an alternative that's economically feasible, and one that, so we're trying to weigh what we can do. And application, so it's safe when you apply it, you don't spray it, and so the whole world gets a whiff of it. So we're working very hard in that area. Electric fleet, you're probably very aware of.
Electric what?
Electric fleet, we're electrifying, we're trying to, Sustainability Committee is working hard toward pushing to improve, although we do have a very good
You mean cars?
cars.
Oh,
but
okay.
city cars,
Okay.
government too.
Yeah.
So we have, as you know, our transit system. We have an electric bus.
Yeah.
So we're promoting that sort of thing. So that's another area. Solar. We've been working very hard, and in fact, because of the Sustainability Committee, our city signed up for this NEM 2, which will allow significant savings in the future for our solar projects. And right now, we went out to bid, and we're getting some bids back for solar, looking at solar in all aspects of our city government.
For example?
For example, solar canopy on all the city government roofs, police station, fire station, and that could save us a lot of savings and good for the environment.
Yes.
Lights, so HVAC. So we're going to get bids back on that, and we're excited about that because that can result in a lot of savings and and basically we'll be saving a lot. And it'll
Yes, it's
pay over
it
time.
shows that Auburn is with it.
Auburn is with that too.
Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we're anxious to hear. We've been working very hard in that regard.
Yeah.
Solar, and that really has been the push of sustainability to get. Sometimes it's hard to get cities motivated into different aspects, but this one is.
This isn't how we do this.
Yeah, exactly. This is a win-win.
This isn't how we've always done this. We need to do it how we've always done it.
Exactly.
But no, we don't.
And we have a budget issue right now, slight budget issue. So this could be something will in the future really help out our city budget as well.
Yes. Okay.
But I have more.
Oh, well,
Okay.
good.
Drought-resistant landscape. We have been looking at, as you know, before the last 2 years, we've had a drought issue here in Auburn.
Yeah.
And we
Once we did.
Yes.
And we'll have it again, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah. So we looked at city in front of City Hall, taking out some of the grass there and putting a beautiful little drought-resistant native trees, but make it very interesting. And we started that, and then now it's mandated by the state that all government buildings have to have a drought-resistant landscape. So we're ahead of the game there.
Good.
Yes.
Good. And when will that happen? Do you know?
We're working on grants right now.
Okay.
So we're hoping to get some grants for
From
them.
where?
Well, PG&E has grants. There could be some state grants. So our sustainability, we have an individual. He's in charge of that project.
Okay.
So
wonderful.
Then, of course, we've been promoting pedestrian and bike lanes, and so that's an area that we've been really pushing for in terms of getting a circulation study going so that we can have an opportunity for people to safely go from Old Town to downtown to South Auburn to even on Highway 49. So that's something we're working toward. And anyway, I can go into more detail later on that. We have an individual who came to our meeting, and now this individual has taken it over to where she really is promoting this whole bike lane concept. So, then tree canopy on High Street. That's another project.
Tree canopy.
So,
as in tree, T-R-E-E?
Yes.
Okay.
Tree. So, as you know, if you have trees not only absorb the carbon, create shade, they're beautiful.
Yes.
And they offer...
Most of them.
Well, we're hoping to have beautiful ones only. So, a canopy means, it would be like an umbrella, and it would also lower the heat.
Yes.
So there's
a
lot of benefits.
Yeah.
So that's a project that's ongoing. It's in the talking stages now, but that's something that we really want to look forward to. Then we have, of course, we just did a greenhouse gas emission analysis, and that is we had an analysis for how much emissions our government center or city government emitted in 2002, and then we just did another analysis, and I'm proud to say we're 50% better.
How much better?
50%
50% better over a year.
From 2002 to 2017.
Oh, 2000. 2000. I thought you said 2022. No, but in
I think it was 2022. But anyway, it's over time we're 50% better.
Great.
And that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
And a lot of that is because of solar that we put on the wastewater treatment center, and also...
Excuse me, where is the wastewater treatment center?
In Ophir. Off of Ophir Road.
Okay, yeah.
So we have a solar canopy there it's a broad array there.
That's great.
It is great. And then also Auburn is part of the Pioneer Green 100, and that's helped.
Yeah.
So those are the two big things, but there's more we can do. So you need a baseline, and now we have a baseline.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, and then also the last thing, there's probably more, but the last area that I'd like to mention is just reducing waste. And you've probably heard about this. Well, as you know, the clothes you're wearing, the toothbrush you have, the cell phone that you have, all of the food that you have, the packaging, all eventually will be in the landfill. So our landfill counts for 40, I mean, it's a significant number with regard to the greenhouse gas emissions that's really hurting all of us.
Yes.
So if we can reduce that, that would be very helpful.
Yes.
And so healthy. So we do an outreach to the restaurants, we have tables and we do an outreach to people to how we can really reduce our waste, buy secondhand clothes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, please.
Bring your
pleasure.
bag and not use plastic.
Yes.
So anyway, it's this committee is really a great committee that does a lot of work.
Yes.
So.
And that's the specific thing that Mike Holmes said to me, that I saw and you will see at sustainauburn.org several things that you guys have been doing, among others, and surely I'm positive that what you've just talked about is on the website.
Yes.
But you are encouraging area restaurants to do away with styrofoam clamshell boxes for leftovers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, and I have a friend who always brings her own box.
Good.
To a restaurant, and that's among other things. That's what I keep forgetting to do when I go out to dinner.
Well, let me tell you something about styrofoam.
Okay.
So that's
it's gonna
one of the worst.
Kill me. Yeah, styrofoam. Yeah.
So that's where sustainability. We have a group and I've been participating in that as well. We go to the restaurants and we're trying to encourage them to offer individuals. There's takeout boxes made of corn, different products that are not plastic. So as you know, styrofoam is the worst kind of plastic.
Why is it the worst kind of
plastic?
Well,
it doesn't break down. It takes hundreds of years. And the other part of it is that if it's heated, so here's a story. If you have a styrofoam cup and you weigh it, it'll weigh a certain amount, and you put something hot in it, throw the liquid away, weigh it again.
It's going to weigh less.
It weighs less.
Oh,
so
that
therefore,
means you've drunk it.
Correct. So you could be ingesting something.
Yeah.
That
disgusting.
Yes.
And
that same thing with food when you take out food. So if it's heated hot food. So that's the other reason we're telling people to restaurants to please at least, and many times just for the public's information, you can go to restaurants and they'll offer styrofoam, but then if you say, well, I don't want styrofoam, they'll say, well, you can pay more for this other one, and say, yes, gladly.
Okay. Yes, gladly. Yeah. And so I can thoroughly understand why people, it's too much. It's just too much. I can't do it. It's just such a bother. I don't want to hear this. There's nothing I can do to solve this problem anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But that you're saying yes, that's what people say.
Yes. But we all have to do our part.
But we all have to do our part, and if everybody does it, that makes things better. And you have seen things getting better in Auburn. We have a Auburn's Symphony. We have lots of art projects because people have people have gotten it in their minds that this is something they can do.
Yeah.
And it's not impossible. I save, I put away, I get rid of cardboard
Yes.
and paper,
Yes.
and it just breaks my heart to throw away plastic. It just breaks my heart, and
I
it's
know.
always there. It's everywhere.
It is.
But it's if we don't, if everybody just doesn't deal with it, if you just don't grab it, don't buy it, don't hold it.
We have too much packaging.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, but I agree. But we are making progress. I remember going down to Los Angeles, and it would be so smoggy. Now you go down, it's improved.
Good.
So, things do improve.
Yeah.
And in Auburn, I see a lot more awareness. Not because of sustainability necessarily, but I think people are aware, and people are so receptive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just even in City Hall, they used to come and fill up their water bottles. Okay, they're reusing them, but now you know what they do?
What?
They bring their own water bottle. Instead of a plastic water bottle,
Yes.
they bring their own water bottle. So, they don't put plastic water bottles at the dais anymore. We bring our own.
Oh, good.
So there you go.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you don't throw away the plastic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways you don't even think about it. And more people are doing that. And
Yes.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Sustainability Committee. People there, the president is Mike Lemberg, and he's a wonderful person. The whole committee, a bunch of great people, and they're just so positive, and they just they really do what they can for the environment.
That's
and
wonderful.
They're a good example.
Yeah. And we're used to what we're used to.
Exactly.
We're
Yes.
used to doing things the way we have always been doing them. And yeah, here's a plastic bottle of not glass,
Plastic.
water. What? So what? It's just a little bottle of plastic. But if you choose to change your mind,
Yes.
if you choose to change your mind and do something differently, you're helping to solve the problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even straws.
Yeah.
Plastic straws.
And there's such
Don't
little
take 'em.
things. There's such, yeah, don't take them. Yeah.
Bring your own, or some have paper.
Yeah.
I know they fall apart, but
Yes. But I had never heard that thing about if you put hot water in what is this called? Styrofoam
yes,
cup.
that'd be the first place to
Oh,
stop.
you don't want to drink plastic. You don't.
And
you
did
do
you know
not.
we have enough plastic in California to fill up annually 80 Olympic-sized pools. So
And that's just in California.
that's just in California.
Yeah.
So that we should be able to eliminate that or
Yes.
bring it way down. You
Yeah.
know, there's becoming awareness, so it'd be fun to see what it is in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yes. And plastic just can't be recycled.
Some can.
Some
One
can.
and two can, but there's some that can't, contrary to what you think. And so you have to look underneath, and sometimes you can see if it'll say number 1 and number 2 can be. So those are the better ones.
Okay.
But
where do you go?
You can look underneath your bottle, or you can see
But
before
where do you go to put them?
recycle centers.
Okay.
Recycle, and they can. And I want to throw this out. Briar Patch will take plastics, and they have a bin there.
So tell us where Briar Patch is.
Briar Patch is the old Kmart right out here on
Bell.
49 and Bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
They're very environmentally
Good. Thank
great.
you. I wasn't aware of that. I have also noticed that, oh gosh, everyone except you and another person seem to be gone or ready to go. that says that these people are, well, this is when their time ends, in either 2024 now or 2023.
You mean for city council?
Yeah.
Re-election?
For Sustainability Advisory Committee.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just reappointed. Every year, I think good question. When am I up? I don't even know.
I wasn't looking at you, I'm looking at other people.
Well, so yeah, it's the committee's open to the public.
Okay.
We meet the third Tuesday at 4:00.
Where?
Auburn City Hall,
Upstairs?
room 10.
Way upstairs?
Room 10.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure, they moved meddlers down to the Rose Room. Anyway, come to City Hall, they'll direct you. So we have, again, I believe I thought it was every year, or whenever there's a vacancy, anyone can apply. And we love new people, and even if you're not a member, we give you a lot of input, can put things on the agenda. They're just a wonderful group to get involved with.
And even if you aren't involved, even if you aren't on the board,
Correct.
does the group welcome ideas?
Absolutely. So we always have public comment. It's conducted like a city council meeting. We have public comment, and then we will sometimes put it on the agenda for the next time. And I haven't seen one idea that's ever been squashed. And in fact, we even have a high school liaison that's part of our group now.
Oh, I'm not at all surprised. Yeah, there's that group that they are just,
They're great.
they mean it.
Yeah, and they're
for
smart.
one thing, they're 17 and 18 and 16, and they're young, and they have all this time
And energy.
and and a future that they're making. Good for you, guys.
Absolutely.
Good for you. Yes. And so do they come often?
They come to every meeting.
Every meeting.
Yes, in fact, there's one that's on the board. Yeah, they're.
Oh, I'm so charmed.
Yes.
I'm so pleased. I'm so proud. Gosh. And so clearly the group welcomes an audience. You
We
hope
love
to have an
having
audience.
people, because you know what that means?
Tell me what it means.
More people to help us work and do the projects.
Yes.
So no, seriously, and there's a lot of people that just love to be involved. Now, do we have a lot? We don't have a whole lot. We have, a fair number that come regularly that are not part of the board. We'd love more. So yes, come, please.
Okay.
Tuesday, 4:00. It's a great way to get involved, learn about people, learn about our environment, learn about our city, and it's a very welcoming group.
Wow. Yes. Okay. What are you proudest of?
I'm very proud of really the projects that we're doing. Maybe the best thing that could result for our city would be the solar project that's coming up. I mean, it can result ultimately once we pay off through our savings. So there'll be, it'll be no real money out of your pocket, so to speak. Once we pay it off, it'll be a savings that will accumulate in the future. So, with saving, and as you know, PG&E costs are going way up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's a really, I'm very proud of our group to bring that forward and initiate that project. That's a very big project that will be helpful not only environmentally but for our city's budget.
Okay.
So, and then I'm proud of the greenhouse gas emissions. We have an individual that spent 60 to 70 volunteer hours calculating our emissions and found out the result, which was very positive.
That's great.
So,
anyway. I'm proud of that, man.
yeah.
Okay. That's really wonderful. Do you ever Does the group ever go out and speak to organizations?
Yes, very good question. So
Good. You heard that. You heard that first.
So we have Annie Bowler. She's on our committee, and she is actually was the owner of the Flower Farm Inn, and she owns it, but I guess the restaurant is owned by someone else. Anyway, to make a long story short, she is the one who's on the restaurant project, and so we were going to restaurants and talking about what they can do to help with regard to waste. Then she started getting asked by Rotary and different organizations, and she could reach a lot more people and get the word out there quicker. So yes, we have a group that that goes around to the different organizations to get the word out.
Okay.
And along with that, we're going to be having tables at various functions in Auburn.
Good.
To get the word out.
Yeah. So if an organization wants the group to come talk to them, all they need to do is sustainauburn.org. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. One last thing I forgot to mention. We have a radio spot.
You have not forgotten it.
We have a radio spot on K-High, and Kathy Johnson, who's on a committee on the board, she has an environmental Auburn sustainability question and answer, and she'll have speakers, and I forget which day. It's once a month right now. It might be more frequent, and that's at K-High, and I think it's on a Friday at 3:30 once a month, and I don't know what. I'll have to get back to you.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I should have that information.
Okay.
But anyway, you can tune in. I'm sure you can look up K-High and listen.
Sure.
She has some good speakers
Good.
coming up.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yes. So have you been on this group on this committee since it started?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it your idea or somebody else's idea?
So I was
for
looking
you to
back
be-
at the minutes. I was on the council, and Bill Kirby brought it forward, and then I got really interested in it. And so basically, he and I were instrumental. But it was a 5-0 vote to have a committee. Then there was a little pushback as to what the committee would be allowed to do. But we finally settled on a resolution that everyone agreed on, and so I've been on the committee ever since, and I'm very, very happy to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So
Is the city council enthusiastic about it?
yes, I think now it's honestly it's taken time.
Yeah.
Because, it's new, it's a different environment. Who knows what that elicits from people. But right now, I see a real good spirit, yes. When the presentation a couple of weeks ago on the greenhouse gas emissions was brought forward by one of our members, there was a very positive reception. So that's good.
That's great. That's wonderful. I am impressed. Okay, I am impressed about this organization. I'm really thrilled. I'm glad I know about it. And Mike Holmes, thank you very much for pushing me about this. And so, okay, once more, sustainauburn.org. Please take a look at that. And if you want to go to these things, they meet when?
Third Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
City Hall.
City Hall. Okay. Thank you very much, Sandra.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me.
I appreciate
having
your comments.
sustainability.
And I thank you for watching.